We are looking for 600 plus food counter attendant, but the question now is, are you qualified? Because on this video, I'm going to explain to you the step-by-step process of immigrating here in Canada through the Nova Scotia Provincial Nomination Program occupation demand, and the position is food counter attendant. I'm going to define also what is a food counter attendant. What are the qualified job titles that is included in food counter attendant? So if you're ready, let's begin. What's up mga kap? It's me, Kap Joey of When and Halifax, and of course the co-founder of Community Canada together with my partner, Miss Amelia Ajok, a licensed immigration consultant. If you're looking for trusted agency to process your Canadian dream, Community Canada na. Ayan. But anyway po mga kap, let's go back to our topic, food counter attendant. And of course, we're going to discuss on this video the Nova Scotia Provincial Nomination Program occupation demand. So the first thing po mga kap is let's define first the NOC 6711, or known as is a food counter attendant. I'm going to show you the easiest way to assess if this program or this NOC is for you. I'm going to show you my screen, the jobbank.ca, and I'm going to show you how you're going to navigate this. So the first thing is go to jobbank.gc.ca. That's the official job portal of Canada. So it's very important that you know how to use or optimize this website. Once you're in jobbank.gc.ca, I want you to go to the trend analysis, go to the occupation sections, and once you are on the occupation sections, you will see explore an occupation. Then the occupation form, please type food counter attendant. Okay, it will show 6711 and click search. Then you will see here the job description of the food counter attendant. You will see also the per hour rate, Canada wide, and of course the job posting that is advertised through inside Canada. So let's check the description. The food counter attendant, food preparers prepare, heat and finish cooking, simple food items, serves customer at the food counter, kitchen helper, food service helper, and dishwasher, clear tables, clean kitchen areas, wash dishes, and perform various other activities to assist workers who prepared or serve food and beverage. So this is the a general description of food counter attendant. And let's see also the wage. Since we are applying here in Nova Scotia, we're going to click Nova Scotia to check the per hour rate. And as you can see, the Nova Scotia per hour rate for food counter attendant is $13.35. So per hour. Let's do the math po mga kap. So if you are coming here as a food counter attendant, you are earning $13 per hour. So if you're working 8 hours a day, 8 hours times 5 in a week, and then times 4 because there's a 4 weeks in a month, and times 12, 1,920 per hour hours times 13.35. So this is roughly the estimate of your income per year. That is 25,632 per year. And of course, if you're going to times it in a $40 per 40 pesos per Canadian dollars. So because it's fluctuating, sometimes you get 41 to $42 exchange. However, for this video, I'll just do the $40, 40 pesos per 1 Canadian dollar. So times 40, so that's 1,025,000 in a year. So this is the gross income that you can get once you landed here in Nova Scotia and work as a food counter attendant. So right now you have idea what is food counter attendant and what is for the food counter attendant and the median salary of a food counter attendant in Nova Scotia. The next question now is we will discuss the different job titles of food counter attendants, because in a food counter attendant there's a different title that is also recognized as a food counter attendant. So let's go now to the NOC. I'll just type in Google NOC 6711 food counter attendant, and it will go here as a food counter attendant. And then once you are in the NOC sections, you will see here food counter attendant, kitchen helpers, and related support occupations. You will need to check the illustrative examples. Click all the examples. So this is the examples of a food counter attendant. So maybe you are working in a coffee shop, cafeteria, or in a restaurant, but you are not sure if you are food counter attendant because your title in your company is not a food counter attendant, but instead maybe your title is cafeteria counter attendant, or maybe you are an airline food assembler or attendant cafeteria buffet. So you need to check the different examples of food counter attendant and check if you are qualified for food counter attendant. I will not read this one by one. However, I want you to check this list. You can check this list by clicking the link on the description below. Okay, there are several job illustrative. There's different examples of food counter attendant. So this is the list: bar helper, barista, busboy, cafeteria, camp cook, caterer, cook helper, dessert maker, etc., etc. So there's a lot of different titles. So this is the different illustrative job titles of a food counter attendant. And remember, your NOC is 6711. Anyway, let's go to the exclusion. So if you are working as a chef, you're working as a cook, you're working as a food server, you're working as a food and beverage server and food service supervisor, you cannot apply under the food counter attendant. It's very clear in the NOC, it's excluded, okay? It's not included. So if you're working as chef, you cannot apply for food counter attendant. If you are food service supervisor, you cannot apply as a food counter attendant. The main duties is here. There's a food counter attendant and food preparers perform some of all the following duties: take customer orders, clean and peel, slice, food stuff, etc., etc. You can check this in the link that I'm going to share on the description below. The bottom line that I'm sharing this because I want you to make sure if your work experience really match as a food counter attendant. It's very important po mga kap that your work experience, your work responsibility must match to the food counter attendant before you apply for the NSPNP OID food counter attendant. Now, we will discuss the Nova Scotia Provincial Nomination Program Occupation and Demand. Let's go to the novascotiaimmigration.com. Then once you are in the website, click immigrate here and go to occupation in demand. Once you're in the occupation demand, you will see the eligibility, and the first bullet that you will see there is you must have a full-time permanent job offer from a Nova Scotia employer in either possessions or NOC. And number one in the bullet point is NOC 3413, which is the nurse aide, NOC 6513, which is the food and beverage server, and the third one is 6711, which is the food counter attendant. So it means po mga kap that if you're able to identify yourself, if you are food counter attendant, then you are eligible for this. So if you have a work experience, the next step that you need to find is the job offer. And good news po mga kap, because Community Canada is looking for 600 plus food counter attendants. So you must watch this video at the very end po mga kap, because I'm going to show you how you can get this job offer, because this is what we have and this is what we can offer for you as a licensed recruiter here in Nova Scotia. We have an employer that is looking for food counter attendant, and hopefully it will be you. Anyway, let's go to the eligibility. I want you to watch this video po mga kap. Stay on the video, watch at the very end. Let's continue. Have a 1-year work experience related to the job, 21 to 55 years old, and of course, a high school diploma. And of course, you need to have an appropriate trainings, and of course, is language test. So language test is CLB4. Even your first language is English or French, you need to have a language test, which is IELTS General Training, CLB4. CLB4 is just a basic English. So if you're able to communicate, you can easily understand. And then I'm very confident that you can get the CLB4 in IELTS General Training. And of course, you need to show proof of funds to settle here in Nova Scotia. So the keynotes here, you need the proof of funds, language test CLB4, you need to be high school or higher training, 18 years old, 21 years old to 55 years old, and of course you need to have a job offer on the position or NOCs that listed in this screen. So for here, on this video, we are talking about food counter attendant, and this is the good news po mga kap, because Community Canada is a licensed recruitment and an immigration po mga kap, and the good news is we have an employer for you as a food counter attendant. So if you are food counter attendant, I highly recommend to visit our job portal and submit your resume, because we are looking for around 600 plus. It's growing number. It's a non-stop growing number of food counter attendant. So if you are food counter attendant right now and you think, based on the video that I've showed you, and you see that you are qualified, then please apply now. And the question now is how to submit your resume. So let's go to my screen again. Go to the website of Community Canada. Type communitycanada.ca. And once you are in the website of Community Canada, you have two options. You can click submit your resume, or you can go here, submit your resume. So there's two options on the top or at the bottom here. Submit your resume or here. So anyway po mga kap, I'm going to click submit your resume, and it will be redirected to our job portals, or you can directly go to the job portals at jobs.communitycanada.ca. I'm going to put the link on the description below, so don't worry, you just click the link, and once you are in our job portal, you will see this. So type food counter attendant, okay? And then once you're in the food counter attendant, you will see a lot of positions that is posted as a food counter attendant. What I want you to do now is to click one of the positions, okay? And then check the descriptions. And if you're interested, click I'm interested. And you will ask to fill up these forms. I strongly suggest to fill up as much as informations that you need to provide. And of course, to upload your resume and cover letter. So once you submitted your resume and cover letter, you click submit, and we will able to receive it. And if you are qualified, you will be invited for our orientations. And if you are interested to get our service, we will provide you a service agreement, and from there we can start your application. So how we can do this po mga kap, or how we select our talents? Number one po mga kap, you need to sell yourself. So if you are submitting your resume po mga kap, I strongly suggest to follow the Canadian format and show only the asset that you have as a food counter attendant. So you need to make a wow factor when an employer is reading your resume. So as early as now, if you're submitting your resume to us, because this resume is forwarded to these employers, and the employer decide if they're going to interview you or not. So if you're going to submit your resume to our job portal, jobs.communitycanada.ca, make sure that your resume is a Canadian format. Second, you're able to showcase your skills, your asset, and of course, you're able to show that you deserve these possessions. And that's why po mga kap, it's very important that you know how to sell yourself. So if you want to learn on how to write the proper resume, Canadian format, I'll have a video that I love to share with you. I'll put the link on the description below. Watch that video po mga kap, because you will learn a lot from an experience and of course based from an expert advice. And that's it for this video po mga kap. Make sure po mga kap to submit your resume and make sure before you submit that you are 100% match with the job listing, because if not, you will receive a notification that you are not accepted. So make sure po mga kap that you only submit your resume to the position that you are qualified, so that we're able so that we will not waste your time and our time as well checking your resume. The keynote po mga kap, if you're qualified, submit your resume. If not, that's fine po mga kap. Just make sure to follow Community Canada, because every time that we have new posting in our job portal, we post it on our social media. So that's it for me today mga kap. I hope you're able to learn a lot from us. Again, for your food counter attendant, make sure to watch this video. If you have family or friends that is under this industry, make sure to share this video and inform them that there is an opportunity in Canada, that you will have a job, that you will be a permanent resident, and of course, it will be easier and hassle-free, because Community Canada, they have their own employer. Alright, thank you very much for mga kap for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe to our channel if you're watching a YouTube channel, and of course po mga kap, if you're watching on our Community Canada Facebook or When in Halifax Facebook, make sure to follow us po mga kap, and we are signing out.